Have you ever looked for your dog only to find them squeezed into the narrow gap behind the sofa? Or maybe they've claimed the dark, cramped space under the dining room table as their office? You might laugh it off as a quirky habit or even worry that they're being antisocial. But behind that behavior is an ancient, hardwired instinct that most owners completely misunderstand. In fact, if you've been trying to coax your dog out of these spots because you think they're lonely, you might unknowingly be breaking their sense of safety in your own home. Your dog isn't hiding from you. They are responding to a biological need for enclosure that goes back thousands of years. Today we are going deep into the psychology of the den instinct. We'll explore why corners and crates aren't just places to sleep, but are actually neurological reset buttons for your dog's brain. We'll look at the N+1 rule for resting stations, why open-concept living rooms can actually cause chronic canine stress, and the heartbreaking reason why your dog might suddenly stop using their favorite spot. If you keep ignoring the rules of the den, you might never experience the deepest level of trust your dog is trying to build with you. Let's look at what your dog is quietly craving. 1. The survival architecture. Why corners feel like love. Think about your dog's day-to-day life. To them, your house is a massive, echoing landscape filled with unpredictable sounds and movements. While you see a beautiful, open living room, your dog's ancestral brain sees a vulnerability trap. In the wild, sleep is the most dangerous state an animal can enter. Their guard is down, their muscles are relaxed, and their senses are dimmed. Every instinct they have screams at them to find somewhere hidden, somewhere shielded, where no predator can sneak up from behind. This is why your dog seeks out corners. By putting their back against two solid walls, they effectively have the number of directions they need to monitor for threats. When your dog chooses a spot under a table or a desk, they aren't just looking for a bed, they are looking for a roof. This is a behavior called thigmotaxis, the desire to be close to solid surfaces. Having a low ceiling above them provides a sense of physical security that completes the cycle of their safety sequence. Most owners make the mistake of thinking a big, plush bed in the middle of the room is the ultimate luxury. But for a dog, that bed is a target. It offers no protection from the social noise of the house. If you want to show your dog true love, give them a corner. Let them have the spot where the walls meet. In their language, a corner isn't a lonely place, it's a fortress of peace. 2. The safe base and the sensory mute button. Why does your dog choose a spot under your desk while you're working, rather than the quiet guest room? This comes down to a concept researchers call secure attachment. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that dogs, much like the cats in our earlier research, form a bond with their owners that mirrors the relationship between a human infant and their caregiver. You are their safe base. When the world gets too loud, too bright, or too confusing, they want to be near you, but they also need to lower their sensory input. Your home is a sensory minefield for a dog. They hear frequencies up to 64,000 Hz, sounds you literally cannot perceive, like the hum of a refrigerator or the vibration of pipes in the wall. Their eyes, while great at motion detection, see the world in a permanent soft focus. When they are out in the open, they are constantly on, processing a mountain of data. The den, that spot under the table, acts as a sensory mute button. It's darker, quieter, and more predictable. By being in a den near you, they get the best of both worlds. Your comforting scent and the ability to turn off their security patrol brain. They aren't avoiding you, they are regulating their nervous system so they can be near you for longer. If you're starting to realize that your dog's hiding is actually a sign of how much they value their peace and your presence, hit that like button and subscribe. We're here to help you understand the silent rules your dog expects you to follow, so you can build a bond that lasts a lifetime. 3. The N+1 rule. Why one bed is never enough. How many beds does your dog have? Most owners have one in the living room and maybe one in the bedroom. But animal behaviorists recommend the N+1 rule. This means you should have one dedicated den per dog, plus one extra in a different part of the house, because territory isn't just about space, it's about choice. In the world of dogs, control is a major factor in well-being. When a dog is forced to stay in one spot because it's the only one they have, they can develop resource anxiety. By providing multiple den options, a crate in a quiet corner, a bed under a side table, or a blanket in a nook, you are giving your dog the autonomy to manage their own stress. If the vacuum is running in the kitchen, they need a safe exit to a den in the bedroom. If you notice your dog stealing your seat the moment you stand up, they might be telling you that your chair is the highest status den in the house because it smells like you. Instead of getting annoyed, realize they are seeking the ultimate combination of your scent and physical enclosure. 4. The unspoken rule, respecting the threshold. Here is the part that breaks my heart because most owners do it out of love. Never reach into your dog's den without an invitation. Think about how you feel when you're in bed, under the covers, almost asleep, and someone suddenly pulls the blankets back. It's jarring. It's a violation of your safe zone. For a dog, their den is their only place of total vulnerability. When you reach in to pull them out for a cuddle, or a stranger tries to pet them while they're under the table, you are betraying the trust that the spot was safe. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that dogs who were frequently cornered or invaded in their resting spots showed higher levels of cortisol and petting-induced overstimulation. They learned that even their fortress isn't safe from unpredictable human hands. The rule is simple: the den is a no-touch zone. If your dog is in their corner, let them be. If you want to pet them, sit on the floor a few feet away and call them to you. Letting a dog choose to leave their den to interact with you makes the bond 10 times stronger than forcing a connection. You are teaching them that you respect their boundaries, which in dog language is the purest form of love. 5. When the den becomes a warning sign. While seeking out a den is a healthy, instinctive behavior, you must pay attention to sudden shifts in their routine. If your dog usually sleeps at the foot of your bed but suddenly starts spending all their time in a dark corner of the laundry room, don't ignore it. Cats and dogs are masters at hiding physical pain. In the wild, showing weakness or pain makes you a target. When a dog feels sick, injured, or cognitively confused, especially in senior dogs, their instinct is to withdraw and disappear. This sudden hiding can be a sign of anything from arthritis flaring up in the cold to dental pain or kidney strain. If they are avoiding eye contact, grooming less, or guarding their new spot, it's time for a vet visit. On the flip side, if your dog has never used a den and suddenly starts trying to squeeze under the furniture, look at the environment. Has something changed? A new pet? A loud neighbor? A change in your work schedule? They aren't being moody, they are desperately trying to find the safety they feel they've lost. Conclusion: meet them where they are. So, the next time you see your dog curled up in that weird spot under the table, don't try to pull them out. Instead, acknowledge the trust they've placed in that space. By giving your dog a dedicated den, by respecting their no-touch zones, and by following the N+1 rule, you are doing more than just providing a bed. You are providing peace of mind. You are telling them, I understand your instincts. I respect your boundaries. You are safe here. Your dog doesn't need a mansion. They don't need fancy toys or the most expensive kibble. They just need to know that in this big, loud, blurry world, there is one corner that belongs entirely to them, and one human who is small enough to meet them there. Because to your dog, you aren't just their owner. You are the architect of their safety. You are their home. If this video changed the way you see your dog's favorite hiding spot, tell me in the comments, where is your dog's den? And if you want to learn more about the silent ways your dog is trying to talk to you, check out our video on dog language right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.